All right, let's get right into it. We're going to break down GitHub, but not just as a place to dump your code. No, we're talking about GitHub as the professional workflow that really separates the beginners from the pros. It's the industry standard for a reason, and you're about to find out exactly why.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever been, deep in a project and you get that cold feeling in your stomach? That fear that one little change could just shatter everything you've been working on for hours? Yeah, I think we've all been there. And what do we do when that panic sets in? We start making copies, right? And we end up with a folder that looks something like this. Look, this isn't version control. This is just pure chaos. It's confusing, it's unreliable, and it's exactly the kind of mess that a professional workflow is designed to prevent. So here's the game plan. We'll start with the problem itself. Then we'll walk through the core building blocks, repositories, branching, and commits. And then we're going to put it all together into a simple daily workflow that you can start using, well, today. Okay, first things first. To really get this, we have to understand what problem we're actually solving. And that all starts with getting one crucial distinction right, the difference between the engine and the car it powers. It's actually pretty simple when you break it down. Git is the tool that lives on your computer. It's the engine that's tracking every single change you make to your files. GitHub, on the other hand, is the cloud service. It's the place where you store that project, where you back it up, and most importantly, where you collaborate with your team. You can use Git without ever touching GitHub, but you absolutely cannot use GitHub without Git. All right, next up, the absolute foundation of any project on GitHub, the repository. And you need to stop thinking of this as just a folder for your code. It's so much more. It's the single source of truth for the entire project. Think of a repository, or repo, as your project's home base. Your code, your documentation, images, config files, everything lives here. It's all managed in one central spot that you can get to from anywhere. The rule is simple: one project, one repository. That's it. And what you name this home base, it actually matters. There's a global standard here, and it's super easy. All lowercase, and you use hyphens instead of spaces. And the name should actually describe what the project is, not the technology it uses. So something like Client Dashboard? Perfect. React App or My Project? Not so good. This isn't just about looking neat, it's about being professional and clear. Okay, now for the idea that literally changes the game for safe development, branching. This is how you can work on a new feature, fix a pesky bug, or just play around with a new idea, all without any risk of breaking the code that you already know works. So here is the number one rule you have to remember. The main branch is sacred. Think of it as the master blueprint. It is the stable, working, production-ready code. This is the version your users are interacting with. You have to protect this branch at all costs, which means you never, ever work on it directly. So how does it work? Well, it's pretty straightforward. Instead of messing with main, you create a branch. A branch is just a complete, safe copy of your project at that moment. You do all your coding, all your experimenting on this new branch. And while you're off in your own little sandbox, the main branch stays untouched, pristine, and fully functional. So here's the bottom line. Pushing your changes directly to the main branch isn't just a bad habit, it's playing with fire. The professional, safe, and sane approach is to create a new branch for every single task. Working on a new feature? New branch. Fixing a bug? New branch. It's that simple. One task, one branch. This is the core habit you need to build. All right, so you've made your changes on a branch. That's great. But how do you save that work and explain what you did? That's where commits and pull requests come in. And don't think of them as just technical steps. Think of them as communication tools. They're how you tell the story of your project. So a commit is basically a diary entry for your project. It's a permanent saved snapshot of your work at a single point in time. And a series of really good commits tells the entire story of how your project was built. It makes it easy for anyone, including your future self, to understand what happened, which is absolutely crucial for debugging down the road. And the quality of that story, well, it all comes down to your commit messages. Just look at the difference here. The good commits tell you what kind of change it was, a feature, a fix, documentation, and then a clear description. The bad ones, fixed stuff, update, I mean, come on, that's just useless noise. It tells you absolutely nothing, and it's a nightmare when you're trying to figure out why something broke 6 months later. Okay, so your work on the branch is all done. Now what? Now you open a pull request, or a PR. A PR is basically you saying, hey team, I'm done with my work on this branch. Can you please review it and merge it into the main code base? It's a place for discussion, for code review, and it acts as a final quality check before your changes go live.
So let's put all these pieces together. Let's build a simple, repeatable, daily workflow. This isn't just theory. This is the actual rhythm of professional software development.
This is it. This is your daily cheat sheet, the 5 steps you'll do over and over. 1. You pull to get the latest code from main. 2. You create a new branch for whatever you're working on. 3. As you work, you make small, clean commits with great messages. 4. You push your branch up to GitHub to save your work. And 5. When you're all done, you open a pull request. Pull, branch, commit, push, PR. That is the loop. So, why does all of this matter so much? Because these habits, structured branches, clear commits, thoughtful pull requests, they aren't just rules for the sake of rules. This is what it means to be a professional. This is how you build software that you, your team, and your users can actually trust. It is the fundamental difference between shipping reliable software with confidence and just shipping uncertainty into the world.